Hey everyone, it's Dan Young with the Dan Young Group at eXp Realty. Hey, I've got the latest market numbers that you might be interested in. I'm as a former intelligence analyst turned realtor. I kind of geek out on this stuff. Like this is my area of expertise, so I am super stoked to bring you this information. And information's nothing if it's not pertinent, right? You know, a few things I learned in the intelligence field. One, we learned how to vet sources to make sure that we're getting the most accurate information. But two, we learned how to find the relevant story within the data. Because if I just sat here and told you, oh, prices are up, prices are down, that may not mean squat to you, right? I want it to be relevant to the story and how it fits into your life and your needs. And lastly, it helps us predict future outcomes. Now, I will tell you 5, 10 years ago, I felt pretty good about looking at information and being able to figure out this is probably where we're heading. It seems like since COVID, all bets are off. So I have a better idea, I guess, or a better understanding, just given my background of being able to parse data and find that story. But I no longer even try to predict, right? I just no longer try to do it. There are just so many variables, so many things that are impossible to measure, so many different things going on. But nonetheless, basics to this, I believe, will help you. Why is having this information important? One, it's kind of fun to know. You may be looking to move to Warren County area. You may be looking to move out of Warren County or within, whatever. You may want to know what's going on with the value of your home. But I think having this information helps you with the timing of your move, right? Like when's the best time to do this? And also to predict your future equity position, like how much equity are you going to have in your home? And by the way, my group covers all of Cincinnati and Dayton. I focus primarily on Warren County. That's where I have been living here since 1979. I know it like the back of my hand. I love Warren County, but this information also will apply to the surrounding counties as well, because the data I've looked at, pretty similar patterns, but what I'm looking at is Warren County specific. So let's get going. So I talked about why is it important to you to know this information, but why is it important for me as a real estate professional to know this information, or any real estate professional? Well, price is a function of supply and demand, right? So the more demand there is for your home, the more you're going to get for that home. And over the years, I've become an expert in finding and creating that demand for you. So I hate to say it, but there are a lot of agents out there that they're not pros. All right, they just put your listing in the multiple listing service and let's just see what happens. And they depend on that alone to drive your demand. But that's not the way I operate. I'm very aggressive in my marketing, and I've learned how to absolutely drive demand to the point where we have the two best buyers on planet Earth bidding against each other for your home. Now, on the buy side, timing this has also helped me find the good deals for my buyers. So we work with over 300 buyers at any given time. And so it's important for us to know what's out there. And right now, off-market properties is the way to go. And I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to pull out the information right here, and let's have a look at what's going on. So I'm going to look at two measures. One, data is from March of 2024. And I'm going to compare it year over year, because that's an important measure to kind of see in the short term where it looks like we're going. But I also am going to look at the pre-COVID numbers, because let's look at how COVID has changed the industry. So having a look at this, so median sold price. And so what that means is we look at the median sold price, and that means 50% of the homes sold for more than that in the marketplace, and 50% of the homes sold for less than that. So it's a little different than average, but I think it's a better measure. So if we look at the median sold price in March of 2024 is $405,000, okay? And that is up 2.8% over last year. So just a scratch higher. But get this, the median sold price in March of this year versus pre-COVID, they're up 74%. So the value of the average home has gone up 74%. That is largely a function of, again, supply and demand. There is not much supply, which I'm going to show you here in a moment. So the prices keep going up, 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 up. And it's not just supply of homes that are actively on the market. New construction can't keep up because there's a lack of supplies, like actual, bricks and mortar supplies, and a lack of labor. So that's been an issue as well. So let's look at the houses sold year over year, it is down 4.32%. And units sold or the houses sold being in March 155. So 155 houses sold in Warren County. You look at that compared to pre-COVID, that's down 24%. So 206 sold in March of 2019, whereas 155. So far fewer sales, right? A quarter less. Now let's look at the total volume. So volume would be if a home is worth $300,000, then that's $300,000 in volume, sales volume. If we look at 2024 March as compared to a year ago, the volume is up 11.38% because homes are selling for more. And if we look at the total volume from pre-COVID, 44.91%. So it's nearly doubled. Active inventory, this is very telling. So this is how many homes, and by the way, this is just single family homes. I've taken out commercial real estate. That's a whole nother animal. Although we service commercial for the purposes of this, we're just looking at residential. So see here, active inventory down 5.99%, and that number is 157. So 157 active listings in Warren County. Here's the big story. The active inventory is down 70% from pre-COVID. So prior to COVID, there were about 537 homes for sale in Warren County. Now there are 157. Remember supply and demand? Well, that's why prices are going through the roof, why homes are selling in a matter of moments. Why? Why is that? So I've asked a lot of clients, why is it you're hesitant about moving? And I will tell you what, I think right now there's a lot of uncertainty, elections, which is kind of common with election years and that sort of thing. But there was a huge rise in sales prior to or just after COVID. And so part of that, we're feeling a little flatness. And a lot of sellers are saying, you know what, I am afraid to put my home on the market because I don't know where I'm going to go. And by the way, there are a lot of solutions for that, and happy to have that conversation. If you really are looking to make a move, every day we're helping clients do this. We're helping them time the market, and we're helping them make sure that they sell their home without being homeless. Okay, so that it's absolutely a possibility. But that's the biggest reason. They're like, where am I going to go? It feels like a market where need to move, not want to move, right? So what I'm seeing a lot of are folks that need to move for job change, a lot of different reasons like that, but not necessarily that they want, with the exception of like a lot of the first-time home buyers. We're seeing first-time home buyers that really moving the market. So that's a big story, the active inventory. If we look at the median days on market, that means 50% or higher than this number, 50% or below this number. Median days on the market is three. That is exactly the same as it was a year ago. That has not budged. That is 76% lower. It was 13 days, which by the way, 13 days is still a very fast sales cycle. So if we look at this, normal, probably hear in the media talking about what's a normal market, what's a buyer's market, what's a seller's market, right? So if you we're in a buyer's market, we're in a seller's market, we're in a normal market. Let's talk about what that looks like real quick, okay? Because as I just mentioned, the median sales, they're mentioned in days, which is 3 days, when normally we talk about this in months. So you can see we are deep into a seller's market, but this is what it means. If you look at the spectrum here, a normal market is from about 5 to 7 months of inventory, meaning that if you were to just shut off the spigot, like we're not taking any more listings into the multiple listing service, that database that we put all the listings in that goes out to all the great websites that you love, including mine, right? DanYoungGroup.com, the most accurate site out there, better than Zillow, better than any of them. Had to put a plug in there. So you look at 5 to 7 months is a normal time. So if you cut off the multiple listing service, you put no more listings, how long would it take for the entire inventory to sell? And 5 to 7 months would be normal, right? Anything less than 5 months would be considered a seller's market. It's in the seller's favor, right? You're going to pay more money. There are going to be multiple offers and that sort of thing. Whereas if you look at 7 and above, let's just say 8 and above months, that means that you're in a buyer's market. So now the buyers have an advantage because typically there's a lot of inventory out there and it's not moving as quick. So I will tell you, there are a lot of experts that have predicted that we would have already swung from a seller's market to a buyer's market, but it just hasn't happened because of this lack of inventory we talk about. So it is a different market for certain. There are still, believe it or not, some great deals, but the best deals are the off-market properties. And that's why you need to work with a group such as ourselves that help you find those off-market properties. And So the last statistic is the new listings, right? So 195 new listings in March of 2024, and that is down 14% from last year. So there are even fewer listings coming on the market than in last year. But if we look at pre-COVID, number of new listings are down 39.44%. So if you look at it this way, look at another industry. What if you were in the, let's say you went to Kroger, and Kroger had 25% of their inventory that they normally have. All the bare shelves, hard to find what you're looking for, people killing themselves like they did in COVID trying to get to the toilet paper. That's kind of what's going on in the real estate market. But I will say this, it's also hyper local. Even though these are Warren County statistics, it goes in pockets as well. So, we are experts in the market in all of the Warren County areas, whether it's Mason, Lebanon, Morrow, Mainville, out in the countryside like Pleasant Plain where I live. Each is a little different. So what I would encourage you to do is down below, you can schedule an appointment with me, and I'd be happy to go over what's going on in your particular market. Or if you're just looking for a quick home evaluation, there's also a link down in the description. You can click on that and get a quick home evaluation. And they're fairly accurate. They're much more accurate when we come out and have a look at your house, obviously. And there's no cost, no obligation, and no, we're not going to hound you. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope this has brought some clarity to what's going on in the market in Warren County, Ohio, and kind of the surrounding areas. And if there's anything we can do for you, if you're looking to buy or sell, give us a call right away. We'd love to help you. Well, hey, I hope you found this of value. Thanks a lot for tuning in. And just a reminder, there's a right way and a wrong way of selling, buying, investing, or building real estate. And doing it the wrong way can have catastrophic consequences to your equity, and nobody wants that. So this is Dan Young, the Dan Young Group, eXp Realty. Give us a shout. We'd love to help you do it the right way. Hoo-yah.